I want to say good morning. Is it good morning? Yes, good morning. Um, Today I'm here again to start series of um, how will I call it? Like a message, because I've come to understand that um, one of the focal points, like I always use my English, what is killing marriage or marriages these days, even though they lie about it, they come up with how will I put it now, irreconcilable differences. Today is what I'm about to share with you. Coincidentally, I was talking to one of my sons recently, and we're trying to share thoughts about what is happening these days in marriages, because there's a lot of divorce, a lot of separation, a lot of young people, young boy, young girl, young man, young woman out there leaving their marriage, getting tired of their marriage and saying, to hell with this marriage, I'm done with it. Why should I continue with this marriage since this marriage is like this? So I want to start a series called Let's Talk About Sex. Basically, I'll be talking about sex, everything that has to do with sex within the context of marriage. Now, I'm sure some of you say, no, I can't. There's a lot of, I know, and after now, I will get a lot of inbox. I'll get some people calling me and saying a lot of things to me. You shouldn't be a child of God. You shouldn't be talking that way. But the truth is this: a lot of homes, a lot of husband and wife have gone their separate ways because of sex, because of sexual intercourse. One, some say they don't have it enough. Some say they want more. Some say the way a manner is being offered, is unholy. Some say it's too holy, But today and for as I continue with this series, I want just share my thoughts concerning what I've learned so far in my journey as a counselor, as a relationship therapist that I am for a while. And someone's asking me, why did you wait till now to share? I have not been instructed to do that, but now I've been given a go ahead. Coincidentally, I've written a book concerning it. I never even knew that I would have to come live like this to share my thoughts concerning sex within the context of marriage. I think the book is about marital blissful sex, as in enjoying sex within the context of marriage, how you can enjoy it, and if it has gone sour, how you can bring it back again, and some other things. So the first thing I need to do, first of all, for as many that are out there that don't understand what sex is all about, because I had to ask that my son, because we actually read something online, and then people began to question it, and I asked a simple question: who instituted marriage? They said God. Who instituted sex? And then their mouth got witty. It's still God. And if God is the one that instituted it, then sex should be enjoyed. So what is sex? I had to write it down. Say, everyone have their own definition. So I will come back to, as a child of God, as a Christian, what's the definition of it? Someone said, I wrote here, every person is able to define what sexual act means for them. Sex might involve touching genitals, but it might not. Sex for somebody might mean cuddling with clothes on or sending a sexual text message. It is essential that every person involved in the sexual activity gets consent from the other person involved before any touching. Sex has to do with intercourse. And as a child of God, what we are saying is this: within the context of marriage, it's between a man and a woman. Why am I saying this? Because, like I said from the beginning, for those who will be watching later, or who's watching now, there's a lot of marriages who that are going through hell now, and the undertone of the problem now is just sex, and they cannot actually come out to people and say, come, our problem na because of sex. Sex how it is being given, sex how it is being done. I coincidentally read a book on sexual intercourse, and let me before I talk about that one, there was a time I had a man of God saying, not even knowing that I will have to come up, I'm going to explain some things to everybody. I said, talking about style, that the only registered style that God, for every child of God, is the missionary style. And that time I just kept quiet because I just smiled, because the question I just asked people that are around me was, who told him that was the registered style? Or where did he see it? Or where was it registered in the Bible that say, okay, for every child of God in marriage, that this is the only style you must do with your spouse? I'm sure the answer is no. If you want to go into this in detail, read Songs of Solomon, how King Solomon, was explaining to us about how you can satisfy, how a man should be satisfied with the breasts of a woman, how other things mentioned in details, the lips of a woman, all those things like that in the Bible. Like I was telling my son the other day, I told him that there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about, if all the accounts in the Bible can be written, say the whole world, the books in the whole world cannot contain all the things that were come. Yes, I know the Bible is silent about so many things. Listen, enough of dilly-dallying, a lot of lying to ourselves. The truth of the matter is, sex is something that you should enjoy. And also, I have a testimony about years ago, because of this ignorance that Christians have gotten themselves with, they fail to liberate themselves from this. I also was a victim of this for years, because nobody told me. The counseling session we had when we got married, then nobody, even my person I was counseling, was afraid to share his thoughts concerning sex, because he himself is ignorant of these things. And that's why I always advocate, I always tell people, tell pastor, it's not because I'm a pastor, that's why you have the right to counsel people. If you are not trained in that area, call somebody who's trained to counsel them. Pre-counseling session and post-counseling session after they've gotten married, before they get married, and after they get married. These things are important, and listen, that you need to hear these things. You understand? So I was talking. This lady got married, and then the honeymoon, there was no sexual intercourse between husband and wife. After the honeymoon, nothing like that. Now everybody began to suspect that what's wrong with this lady. Now, is this lady has whatever? But the challenge was she didn't have anything. The problem is she has not had sex in her life. Fine, she was virgin. She has not been educated about what sex is all about. That when she sees the husband coming like this and this was her hair. Do you know the first time she had sex with her husband, they had to inject her to sleep. They had to inject her to sleep. And it took a long while, because they started educating her, counseling her about the importance of sex and all those things like that, till she began to connect with her husband. The first time, they had to inject her to sleep for the husband to sleep, have sex with her. And that's because, more often than not, we are, up till now, even the church is still shying away from the responsibility of educating into about what sex is. That's in the context of marriage. Why do we see premarital sex today? A lot of men, a lot of women, let me specify, a lot of Christian men, a lot of Christian women today are into premarital sex because of this sex that we're talking about, and then we keep shying away from it. So from today and for some time, I'll be sharing my thought concerning how the mind of God concerning sex between the husband and wife. And if it has gotten sour, the mind of God on how you can bring it back. The things you can do within the context of marriage as husband and wife when it comes to sex. Let me also add to that. When I say the things you can do, different forms of sex, sexual intercourse style that I have learned, read books and all this, that I know that in context of marriage that you can enjoy with your spouse, with your husband, with your wife. And one of the major reasons why I'm bringing it to this platform of real relationship is so that people not say, I don't know, some teenagers on YouTube, they can hear these things. Unfortunately, also these things I'm talking about, they even know it more than some adults. So sex in the context of marriage is so much important to God, and that's what the Bible says. You don't go out. If you check the book of Revelation, the Bible talks about all adulterers will not go there, to tell you how important it is how important sex is for God within the context of marriage. Do you know many people today are just enduring their marriage because of this sex? If I may say, check between 1 and 2 of the problem we have in marriage today. If you pick money number 1, you pick sex, number 2. If you pick sex, you pick the second one, money. The major problem. And do you know sometimes some people say, we're having sex, I'm having sex with my wife now. People don't know that sex itself is even communication. It's not just come, let's do it now. No, it's not about that one. I call it pre-sex. There are things you need to do. These are the things I will, maybe because of time, I will talk about them because it is important. Pre-sex, things you need to do before you finally get to, I call it Canaan land. Get to where you want to get to. Get your wife to, get your husband to. The mood you need to create, the atmosphere you need to create. These things are important. It's because I Christian, that doesn't mean that you can't enjoy these things. And for a long while, many today are just running away from it. So no, this is unholy. This is not. I remember, funny enough, God gave permission to do a small skit, small video concerning dirty talk in a bedroom. And I shared it on some platform, and some platform just removed me. As in, I know, how can you? They don't know this is unholy, this is not right. And I asked myself, I don't understand. And then some of them, many marriages, because it got married, instead of the pet name you're calling your wife or your husband before, started calling the person, you're this, you're that. I don't understand. And that's why many marriages are so sour. Just managing themselves, just okay, because they're Christians, I don't want people to hear that. So it is important. I am sure in the sight of God, it is important for you to enjoy sex within the context of marriage. Even because you are old, that's not an excuse. I've seen people. I have worked closely with some of these people that have spent 20 years in marriage and they still enjoy sex. Because sex is communication. Sex is something you need to enjoy. So I'm sure from next week, I'm going to start talking about the things you need to do, gather like that, so that we can benefit. Now, it's important also. This video is not to sell my book, but I have a book like I mentioned before. As I said, how amazing 2,000 can save your marriage. The book it talks about sex. How you can enjoy sex within the context of marriage. How much is it? 2,000 naira. If you are interested, just let me know. Chat me up, and I will send it to you. It's a soft copy, and an ebook. You can get it. So till next time, I'm still going to come back again because there's a series I've been doing also concerning young people, singles. Before you say I do, I started last week. I'm still going to continue again today on this platform. And please do me a favor. My people say I should not be begging, but like I always say, people say reminds people, say please share, share this, share that. They say ask even for monies, ask for grants to support what they are doing. In this case, I'm asking for you to help me share my videos, especially on YouTube. All my social handles are all on Obadebola Praise. See my picture there with the one wearing glasses. Help us share, help us subscribe, help us tell people about what we are doing. And then God bless you in Jesus' name. Till next time, stay blessed.